Hello, this is Tony Pajunin, and today I wanted to tell you about how I helped a guy who couldn't lift a jug of water up actually win the world record in his age group for weightlifting. And so it's a pretty amazing story. It started just like a lot of people who come to me and they have issues with their joint mobility. And this guy was really, a healthy person overall. He worked out. He tried to do everything correct, but he had to stop going to the gym because his shoulder hurt him too bad. And he was telling me, if I could only get back to the gym again, I would be such a happy person. And so he started working with me, and he was actually able to not only go back to the gym, but as I mentioned, it took several months. But he calls me one day and he's like, Tony, I am so happy to tell you this that I'm actually able to compete now. So not only am I back to the gym, right? That happened, which that was my goal. But I'm actually at the point now with my shoulder. I feel great to the point where I'm actually able to compete in the for the world record for my age group in weightlifting. And then a little while later, he actually told me that he had gotten the world record in his age group. So that was such a remarkable story to hear from him, that he went from literally not being able to lift up a jug of water because his shoulder hurt so bad, to being able to compete for the world record in his age group. Now, there's a few takeaways that I learned from this. Is that, first of all, how important it is to take things slowly when you start with this system that I work with people, because one of the reasons why this worked so well is because he did take everything really slowly. He wasn't expecting results tomorrow, right? That's so many people expect results tomorrow. It took him months before he was able to get back to the gym where he was doing light exercises. At first, he was doing very, very light things for his shoulder, lifting up gently, small weights, nothing crazy. And for the first, a little while, he was basically just doing a lot of movement and stretching and things like that. But it was only that was after months had gone by that he was actually able to go back to the gym to really start putting weight back on that shoulder. So that was definitely a big learning experience, because I knew this from before, that how important taking it slow is, but it just cemented it in my mind, because this guy literally, some people say, well, I really need to get where I'm going, I don't have time. But he got to where he was going within pretty much a year. So it's still a pretty relatively quick turnaround based on, how long it took him to develop his issues in the first place. But the fact that he took it slow at the beginning was such an important key takeaway. And the fact that he was consistent, right? He was doing things daily. He was exercising. He was drinking water. He was getting movement into his joints. That all plays a key part in his recovery. And so that was just such an amazing thing, that I was able to meet somebody who couldn't lift a jug of water. He was able to, through my coaching, get to a point where he was able to compete for the world record in his age group. And he did it with science. Everything that I'm talking about here is science based, right? This is just like, if you water a plant, it will grow. And you just have to water it the right way, and you make sure that you're doing all the right things as best you can. But that plant will grow if you water it, pretty much. So if you like that story, drop a like in the comments. I really appreciate hearing back from you. And let me know also if you have issues with your shoulder that you might be working on, or wish that you wouldn't feel the discomfort that you're feeling. I'd love to see and hear from you how many people there are out there listening to this that are maybe going through something similar to this guy who was who had this transformation. So let me know if you're able to lift up a jug of water with your arm, or if that hurts, or if you have trouble walking up the stairs, or that hurts, just let me know. So That's it for today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.